welcome back to another video. How you all doing? So today, as you would have seen in the title, I'm going to be going through my first trimester with you all and how it's been and my symptoms this time round, because it is my second pregnancy. First off, you're probably all expecting it because it's very common in a lot of pregnancies. So I have been feeling nauseous, feeling sick on and off all day. It's not really a morning sickness. It's like, well, I mean, it can happen in the morning, but it's like on and off throughout the day, which is super annoying. Most of the time I haven't really thrown up, and I'm not really a person that does that anyway. I'm not really the sort of person that throws up a lot in general anyway if I feel sick. So yeah, it kind of sucks because I'm constantly feeling sick, but I've got nowhere to put it. Yeah, but that's still ongoing, like still feeling sick. And to go with that, acid reflux. Now, early trimester wasn't too bad. Then like halfway through, it started to like creep through. And it's still there, it's not going away. It's just not great because I feel acid reflux and sick at the same time. And I'm like gagging, like when I'm brushing my teeth I gag, which is super annoying. And I actually had that with Olivia. I had all three symptoms with Olivia in my first pregnancy, so I was kind of expecting it to be the same. However, some of my symptoms are like worse. Like, I have found this trimester and this pregnancy so far so much harder than my first pregnancy. It's ridiculous and it sucks, but I know I'm not the only person that goes through it. You know, there's loads of other women that goes through way worse than what I have, so I'm just grateful. Yeah, the gagging is bad. Like, I'll gag at certain smells, like chicken, like fresh chicken, and mozzarella sticks. The most annoying thing about all of it actually is I literally feel like I'm going to be sick because I feel so sick, because I feel so nauseous. And I'll literally run to the toilet or have a bowl next to me because I feel like that quite a lot. And I'm like gagging and you know, what your body naturally does. But there's literally nothing coming out. It's like I'm being sick, but there's nothing there. And it's actually really frustrating because I've got everything that comes with being sick apart from, you know, that's different. That's been fun to experience. In early first trimester, I was getting a lot of headaches, and then they kind of like died down a little bit and now they're back again. The aches and pains and lower back pains that I had in the first half of the first trimester was a joke. It was like I was like coming down with the flu or something, because I had aches and pains literally all over my body, and I didn't have that in my first pregnancy, so it was something new to experience, but like I'm quite grateful that they went away earlier and didn't carry on. Now, some bits are going to be a bit TMI, but this is a pregnancy symptoms video, so if you're watching this and you're not expecting TMI things, then I'm sorry. So I had a lot of gas and still do sometimes, out of both ends, especially with the acid reflux. It's like, it's not a burp, but it's like you're letting out like air, but it's like acidy. Does that make any sense? I know it sounds disgusting, but that is what it is. I'm still struggling with that now. And the only thing that I've noticed that takes away my acid reflux, or kind of, not maybe takes it away actually, but dies it down, are jammy dodgers. And the only thing that's helped me with being sick or feeling the sick feeling, or getting the sick feeling to go away or die down also, is having toast or something like that. I'm not the sort of person to have breakfast. I'm not a breakfast person, but I've been having to have some toast quite early, as soon as I wake up, because I'm struggling. Also, another TMI bit, I had really bad upset stomach. I think it's still ongoing, but I'm having some tablets to help me out with that. But I didn't have that with Olivia. In fact, I was like constipated with Olivia, and this time I've had stomach cramps and had a really upset stomach, and my stomach's been very sensitive to dairy products. Well, I don't really have dairy products, but the dairy alternatives for someone that doesn't have dairy. So like even dairy-free chocolate, I haven't been able to have because it's just not agreeing with me. Even if it's a chocolate biscuit or anything like that, it's a no-go. Which is, well, it's been annoying at times, but not too annoying in certain times. I'll explain that in a little while when it comes to certain symptoms that I've had. So yeah, that's been a new one, and not like that one at all. Next one is itchy and tender boobs. Like, I can't tell you how tender my boobs have been this time round. They literally got huge, like near enough straight away, whereas they didn't when I was pregnant with Olivia. But I'm guessing some things are more intense this time round because my body's been pregnant before, so it kind of knows what it's doing. But yeah, they got big pretty much straight away. That was one of my first symptoms, I would say. The tender boobs, like, is no joke. Literally, if my partner was to just like put his finger on it just like that, then it would hurt. Yeah, so that has been a lot of fun. I also was very anxious during my first trimester, and I still get moments of it now. My anxiety, I've had anxiety for years, but it intensified in my first trimester, and I was very panicky, on edge, feeling claustrophobic, and I've never felt claustrophobic in my entire life. I would just, even if my daughter was close to me and I was feeling on edge and anxious, I would panic and I'd have to get up and try and breathe and slow my breathing down. It felt intensified when I did feel poorly, because a lot of my anxiety is based around feeling poorly. It was just something I've never experienced before in my life, like in pregnancy and feeling claustrophobic. It was hard and it was a struggle. Also this time, my emotions, and sometimes still are, all over the place, like a roller coaster. I'm not even joking. Like, I feel like I could cry and scream a lot of the time, and I get very overwhelmed very easily. So I've had to try and manage them, because another thing that's obviously different this time round is in my first pregnancy, it was just me and the baby in my tummy that I had to worry about. I didn't have to really look after anybody. Whereas this time, as much as I've had support from my partner and my family, which have been a great help, I have a child to look after. Mum and Dad have helped out a lot by looking after Olivia when I've had really bad days and really poorly. Most of the time it is me at home looking after her because she doesn't start nursery yet, and KJ is the worker in this family, and the provider, so he's off doing his job while I'm at home looking after our child. But I am not gonna lie, it has been extremely difficult, like extremely. I have found it quite hard. So I've had a lot of trouble falling asleep and staying asleep. I wake up multiple times during the night and it's very annoying. I'm tossing and turning, and I end up my body just wakes me up at 4 o'clock all the time, and then I just stay awake. So that's fun. It's like, because I'm just exhausted all the time anyway. Onto another thing, a part that actually goes with that is night sweats, which is great, especially when we're going through a heat wave right now. Yeah, night sweats and my body temperature, like my body temperature goes nuts as well. It's mainly my legs actually. It's like they're on fire, like they're burning because they're so hot. Which obviously is a pregnancy symptom in itself. But it's just not fun. I hate being too hot. Another thing that I didn't actually get in my first pregnancy, sorry to keep like referring back to that, but I'm just like, I always compare because it's like so different. And I found it like hard, like I said. I've had like a perfume kind of moisturiser taste in my mouth, and I didn't think that was a thing. I thought it was like metallic or sour or something like that. But my God, it's horrible. Like, I've actually got it right now. I don't have it all the time, and I don't have it every day either. It just, I don't know, it just picks and chooses when it wants to come, I suppose. With that, I either have a really dry mouth or a really watery one. Like right now I have a watery one, but I'm thirsty at the same time. I didn't want anyone fussing around me or crowded around me, but at the same time there was so many times where I felt so alone, because I guess that's quite a common thing as well. Like, you can feel so alone when you're pregnant, even though you've got so many people around you and so much support. Sometimes it can just be the most isolating thing because you're the only one in your space, unless you have friends that you can discuss things with that are also pregnant, because then they can relate, but I don't have that. So you're the only one going through those symptoms, and it's, as much as, you know, they can care for you and help you out in any way they can, you're the one going through it, so it's hard. I've had so much tiredness and exhaustion, more so obviously this time because, yeah, again, I've had Olivia to look after. But I struggle staying awake during the day, which is ironic because I can't sleep properly at night. It's the exhaustion and tiredness is another level. I also get lightheaded on and off. Like I say, it's not a everyday thing, but it just creeps up. Like this morning, I got out the shower, or I was in the shower and I started to I was in the shower and I started to feel it, got out and it was way worse, so I had to like sit down for a while, just to like, because I kept getting up very slowly and it was just hitting me again. So I always find like to have a cup of tea or to have some toast to try and get some sugar and some food in me, and sometimes, well, actually a lot of the time it does help. I've literally had no motivation whatsoever to do anything. Like, I lost all interest in even like the most simplest things, like watching something on my phone or on TV. Like, it just went. It was weird. Like, I had no interest in anything whatsoever. I had a lot of hunger in the first half of my first trimester. Like, I was eating a lot very early on. That symptom came very, very quickly. But then as the end kind of neared, my appetite like really decreased. Like, I don't know whether it's because I was feeling more sick, I don't know, or the acid reflux ramped up, so I don't know if that kind of made my body or me feel like I'm not interested in food as much. And don't get me wrong, I eat because, you know, I've still got to get this body working and baby needs the nutrients from it, but the appetite really dips, and it's still a little bit like that as well. Sometimes I feel like I'm forcing myself to eat something because, yeah, again, because of sickness or just because I need to eat. So that's a weird one, to go from like such intense hunger to like dip. like all of a sudden. Yeah, for most of this pregnancy so far, I've wanted a lot of salty foods, so much salty foods, still want salty foods, and it's actually bad because obviously food's already got salt in it, but me, no, I literally put salt on everything. And don't get me wrong, I put salt on things before, but this is just worse, like a lot worse. It's just all I want is salt. And I actually went off of sweet stuff. Now, if you know me, I am a sweet tooth. Like, I have the biggest sweet tooth ever. Like, chocolate, give me it all. And that's what I had when I was pregnant with Olivia. I had donuts and all the sweet stuff. But this one, no. Like, get away from sweet stuff, because it honestly made me, the thought of eating something sweet, nah. I was just like, no, not for me. Like, that's just no. I was actually turned off by it, and I couldn't believe it, and neither could my partner. All I wanted was salt. That's all I can say. But it's slowly drifting in where I can eat sweet stuff again and not be repulsed by it. As I said earlier, I've been having Jerry Dodgers to try and help me with my acid reflux. But the real sweet stuff is just, it's for some reason it's sickening and really sickly to me, which is really odd. Like, my cravings, I haven't craved a lot. Well, I would say I've craved a lot, but they're all like pretty similar. Bacon, like I went through a phase where all I wanted was bacon sandwiches, because obviously that has a lot of salt in it anyway, and just pork, beef, like beef burgers, like juicy beef burgers, or steak, like, you know, when they're like really juicy in that. When I was literally writing that down in my notes and I look back at it, it says that my mouth was actually watering writing about the food that I was craving and wanting. Like, I could picture it in my head. The thing that I actually went off of, which is crazy to me, is chicken. Like, especially fresh chicken, you know, like the big bit of chicken that you have for like Sunday dinner. Like, even now, like, to me, I can't even think about it too much because it makes me feel sick. I feel like some processed chicken I can stomach, but I don't know, that fresh chicken, I just can't do it. I can't do it. It's just, no. These last two, we're on the last two now. So I'm obviously, I don't know why I said obviously. I'm showing more with the second baby, but yet again, I'm just putting that down to the fact that it is the second baby. My body's been through it before. Same with this next one. I started feeling movements at 12 weeks. Now, when I say movement, they're not kicks, and they are literally what they say, movements. It's like I can feel him moving. We don't know the gender. I just think it's a boy, by the way, because I am carrying low, and a lot of my symptoms, you know, they just scream boy. I know it's all a myth, but we're going with it. And when we went for our scan, which you'll see in a video before this one, which will be announcing that we're having a baby. Most of you might know anyway, from our social medias. Anyway, getting off subject. In the scan, as soon as I see it, as soon as I see the baby, instinct and everything was just like, that's a boy. So if I'm wrong, I'm gonna look really stupid. But I had it with Olivia, like, before we see the scan with Olivia, I knew that she was a girl, and she is. I didn't have the instinct straight away with this baby, but as soon as we saw the scan, I was like, that's a boy. I just knew. So yeah, I'm gonna look really stupid if it's not a boy and it's a girl. But we'll see, because we are going to do a private scan to find out. So yeah, I felt some movements. I felt him, I don't know, turning, moving, whatever you want to call it. There's no kicks yet, but I didn't feel any kicks until like 19 weeks, I think, with Olivia, or movements. So I was quite surprised to feel them at, like, I think it was mid 12 weeks, 12 and a half weeks. which is quite nice to feel that. I just can't wait until they can hear, so we can talk to them properly, and you know, and Olivia can try and feel proper kicks as well, because that would be nice to get her involved. But I'm getting off the subject right now. That is all of my symptoms in the first trimester. But some of them have rolled over into the second trimester. I'm currently 3 weeks. I'm currently 13 weeks and 3 days as I'm filming this right now. So my next scan is at the end of July. Well, my next NHS scan is at the end of July. We're yet to book the private scan. Yeah, we'll try and do a second trimester symptoms and like final trimester symptoms. I know I did a few videos when I was pregnant the first time round with like hospital bags. I want to do like what we've brought for baby second time round and things like that, because my hospital bag is going to be very different than it was the first time round, because I overpacked way too much. It's a joke. Like, I go back and watch that video, I'm like, are you going on holiday? Like, why are you taking all of this stuff? Your baby doesn't even need that. Like, that's too many clothes. But like, I guess you do it as a first time mum because you're just unaware, aren't you? We're also in a different county this time round. We was in Derbyshire the first time round, and Chesterfield was the hospital Olivia was born in. This time we're in Cambridgeshire, so yeah, it's been very different so far, but not in a bad way. Yeah, like I say, some of these symptoms have crept over into the second trimester, but you shall see that in my second trimester video. Anyway, I know I've probably blabbed on a lot, and I'm sorry for that, but I wanted to get this video out and film it, and I've not had many chances to do that because I've been feeling like crap, and I've had Olivia, and she's currently not here, she's at her nanny's, so this is my chance to do it. Anyway, I'm going to go and stop blabbering on. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope you're not, well, I was going to say I hope you're interested in this journey. I mean, come along with me in this journey, please. If you have any questions or anything like that, then let me know, or any videos that you want me to film. I will try my best. But yeah, I'll see you soon with another video.